Are you a coach who's tired of drowning in complex marketing strategies? Welcome to Simple Client Attraction for Coaches, the bite-sized podcast that transforms how women coaches attract their ideal clients without the complicated systems or endless marketing tasks. I'm your host, Sandra Fidelis, and each episode I bring you straight talking conversations with successful coaches and industry experts who share their most effective and simple client attraction strategies. Subscribe now and discover how to fill your practice with dream clients in less time than it takes to enjoy your morning coffee. I am so excited to share Desiree Stafford with you. So she helps coaches and consultants to really get clear within themselves who they're here to serve and to attract clients at the price that they would like. So basically, she helps people to get all of that junk and gunk out of the way that keeps them stuck undercharging and doing things in their business that are not very fun. And I just absolutely love her. I've spoken to her many, many times, and I'm really excited to share her with you.
Super excited to be here.
All right. So let's talk about messaging, because this is one of your areas of genius, if you will. What do you think is the one thing that trips up a lot of coaches and consultants when it comes to understanding their messaging and actually aligning with the right message?
I think there are a few things.
Okay.
I would say the things that come top of mind is not being clear about exactly who they want to speak to. Perhaps not being clear about the results that they can help their clients get, or 100% confident in those results. And that typically looks like talking more about their process than the actual outcomes that the clients care about. So a lot of times what I see people doing is they're talking about the things that they care about, right? Which is a process. They're in love with that part. But they're not often talking to the clients about what the clients are lit up about, which are the outcomes, the results. And when they shift that, that's when everything changes, right? Because people buy what they want, not what they need, right? So it's our job to know what our people need, but it's also our job to communicate that value in a way that is a no-brainer for your clients.
So you're working with people who've been in the business, who've had a business for several years.
Yeah.
Do you find that they still have trouble with messaging?
For sure.
And they've been making money and still have problems with messaging?
Yes. Ooh, this is going to be a juicy thing, and I don't know if I want to say this just yet. Messaging really matters, but energy matters more. And so what happens a lot of times is people get excited about something. They create the offer for the first time. They're super excited. They go out in the marketplace, they're making some sales, or their clients get amazing results. They feel excited. They go out in the marketplace, they're making sales, right? Because the energy is in alignment with them attracting the sales. But what happens when a couple days go by or a couple weeks go by and you're not making sales, or a couple clients aren't getting the results, right? And that slowly chips away at your confidence. What happens to the message? It gets watered down. Now you're not so confident. So now you don't want to share the bold results that you can help people get, because you're a little bit hesitant. You're a little bit afraid that what if clients work with me and they don't get results? Like, that's just one example of how you can be doing very well in your business and then subconsciously start sliding backwards, not even aware that that's what you're doing, because you're still showing up all of the time, right? You're still creating content, but all of a sudden it's now not working because you've shifted. How you feel about yourself, how you feel about the value of your work has shifted, and that then impacts the message that you're sharing, right? Another thing is, a lot of times when a client is successful and they're wanting to raise their fees and call in their next level of client, they can have some fear around that, right? What if I'm not good enough? What if this? What if that? And so what they are doing is still speaking to the clients that they know they've outgrown. That's another way you can already be successful, but then the message is not targeted to the right people. So there's a couple of different things at play that can really influence the messaging that you're putting out there.
Okay, so when you guide people around figuring out what their messaging is, where do you start?
Always with the value. It's a couple of things, because when I think of value, I don't think of just what my clients are teaching their clients. It's not just their expertise. Their value is also their energy. Their value is also who they're being. So it's a combination of things, right? It's number one, what's the value of the offer? Yes, but also who are you being? Because when you allow yourself to be who you really came here to be, you're magnetic to your people because your energy is open to inviting them in. But the words for the message naturally come to you. Right. So it's the combination of those things that help us really create a powerful message, because so many people think that it's just the copy. It's just the call to action. Do you know what I'm saying? It isn't. It's also the energy behind the copy that actually makes it magnetic. So identity is huge, right? Mm-hmm. And identity you can shift over time. You just have to know who it is that you want to be, how you want to show up. And it happens incrementally because you have to keep working on shifting your energy, right? You have to be able to become aware of the unconscious thoughts that are a match to the old identity, the version of you who doesn't have the steady flow of clients or who isn't charging what you want to charge yet, right? You've got to consciously choose over and over again that this is who I'm being now. I'm the badass. I'm the powerhouse. I'm the one who's sought after. I'm the thought leader. I'm the one that people want to work with, right? You have to do that work to shift the energy around the old stories, like let the old stories go so that you can live into this new story. And that's the main key. And again, from there, the words just flow in terms of, I mean, there are some things technically that you need to know, but I always tell my clients, I'm like, you're already a brilliant marketer. We are marketing all day, every day when we're lit up about something. We're marketing to our partner when we want our partner to do the thing that we want to do. We're marketing to our kids. We're marketing to our friends, right? We know how to market. It's just that when there's money involved, then all of a sudden we want to get it right. We want to be perfect. We don't want to say the wrong thing and lose sales. But that's all coming back to your sense of value and your own sense of, well, really your sense of worth, really. And then also your relationship with the value that you add to your clients' lives, right? Like it's you deciding. It is huge. It's you deciding that you matter no matter what, that you can help people. And there are people out there who want to work with you and you know how to communicate with those people, right? And so it's a lot of times when I'm helping my clients, it's the subtlest shift. It's the tiniest tweak that makes the biggest difference in their results when it comes to their messaging.
Because you're taking them to the edge.
For sure.
Know, a lot.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I feel like you take them like right there on the edge of the cliff, right?
Yeah. And then I want them to fly.
Right. You want them to go.
Yeah. That's what they want anyway. That's what we all want, in my opinion. We're all here to expand. We're all here to play a bigger game, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, it's scary. It's very, very scary to go there because we want the comfort. We want the, you know, the knowing that we're going to be making that certain amount of money, at least monthly. Of course, we want to go to the next level, but there's also that, like, I need the safety.
Right. But I agree with you. It's such an important human need, right? That safety. The thing that I help my clients understand is that they can create that safety, right? Your safety is not dependent upon your circumstances. It's not dependent on who buys and who thinks it's too expensive or whatever the case may be. Your safety is dependent on you. Your safety is dependent on you being willing to tell yourself the story that is a match to you creating the income that you want over and over and over again until you believe it. That's where your safety comes from. And when my clients get that, that's when they give themselves permission to really soar. I can't tell you how many clients have come and they're like, oh yeah, I want to do 15K, right? Like a 15K month is the dream. And then they do a 50K month, right? Yeah. Because they learn how to create that safety within. You have to learn how to, number one, be aware of when your nervous system is triggered, right? And learn how to calm it down. And then focus on what it is that you want to create, being that version of yourself now. It's a very simple process, not always easy to understand. There are a lot of different nuances, but it is a simple process, you know? Mm-hmm. And I don't know that I know that safety is an important human need, but I also believe that we also have a need for variety. I also believe that we have this desire, many of us anyway, at least the clients I work with, we have this desire for growth, right? We want to stretch. We just want to know that somebody's got our back. Like we're not out there all by ourselves. Like, you know what I mean? When you're in the right environment, when you're around the right people who like believe in you and will encourage you to do the thing that you know that you came here to do, there's no stopping you.
So can you share with us a little bit about how was your journey? Like, what was your journey around? Because your messaging is pretty badass. I mean, it's really about, it is the mindset. It's everything you're talking about, but then it's like wrapped up with, you can make whatever K month, you know, monthly income you want. Right. Yeah. So how did you put that messaging? How did you land on your messaging?
It's really my truth. And I didn't get there directly. I got there honestly through a lot of trial and error. I got there through not being confident sharing my truth. I got there through, the early days of muting my message and biting my tongue and being afraid that people would think I was too much or too intimidating or too direct or too whatever, right? Because that was always the messaging that I got growing up, right? I was always too much. It made me feel ashamed of myself. It made me feel like there was something wrong with me. And so very often what I would do is hold back. And I kept holding back for a really long time until I got to this place where I was like, this sucks. Like, I would rather just not have this business. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I can't be who the hell I came here to be, I don't even want this shit anymore. And it came to that place. And then I was like, let me just hire somebody who can actually help me with this, because I had hired mentors from the very time I started this business. My coaching business is my third business. So I've had other businesses before. And honestly, right before I became a coach, I had I was a partner of a 7-figure business, and it tanked. Like, we did well for the first 2 years. We doubled our revenue, but then it didn't work out. And part of that was because I lost my voice in that partnership. Like, I didn't feel like I belonged there. I didn't feel like I knew enough. I had like imposter syndrome like crazy, right? And so when that business closed and my partner went off and made millions with new partners, I went back to work feeling like a complete failure. Like, I was not cut out to be an entrepreneur, which was a whole bunch of bullshit, but I didn't know that at that time, right? Like, what I did was I let that experience of failure become my identity, right? Like, I thought it meant something about me. And one of the things that I've learned throughout my journey is that success and failure are so closely linked. The people who are doing the big things that you see them doing that you want to do, they fail every fucking day. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they're willing to keep going, like getting back up. They're not willing to identify as a failure. They still identify as a winner, and they recognize that sometimes they missed the shot. Do you know what I'm saying? Like any professional athlete, sometimes they missed the shot. They're still a champion, right? Like, we have to start seeing ourselves the same way. And I had to learn that throughout my journey, because when I first started as a coach and mentor, so much of what I focused on was all the technical stuff, all the action related stuff that I needed to do, like, especially when it came to messaging. Oh, you have to find the right words, and you have to say it in this order, and you have to do like, I did all of that stuff, and it didn't change my results. I mean, I got okay results, but not the kind of results that I really wanted. And it got to that point, like I said, where I just got so frustrated. It felt like, I don't know, like, to me, when you're a powerhouse and you're here to do big things and you can feel yourself playing small, you get to this place where playing small is so painful that the only thing you can do is go big at that point. And that's what I wanted to do. So I, at that point, decided to hire someone who could actually help me with the inner working stuff, right? Not the outer game stuff, because I already had that mastered. So many of us do. But it was learning how to retrain my brain and get my body on board with what I wanted. It was being able to see where I was holding myself back, being able to identify the stories that I was telling myself, and learning how to shift those stories so that I could give myself permission to show up fully, right? Because other than that, your energy is split. And a lot of people are seeing that, right? Like, they're taking all the action, so they have that energy there, but they're not showing up emotionally. Right? They're showing up physically, but not emotionally. And they're not a match to the results, which is why the results are sporadic. They're up and down, right? So what I had to learn was, well, how do I then incorporate, how do I embody the person that I really want to be? And I had to learn that wasn't just about showing, like, having the discipline to keep showing up. It was like physically, it was also having the discipline to show up emotionally, to show up for myself, right? To back myself, to believe in myself, regardless of my results. That changed everything. It changed how I felt about my own sense of worth, and I detached that from the results. It changed my relationship with the value that I add to my clients' lives. It just changed everything, right? So marketing feels fun and easy for me. There are some times, occasionally, where it, like, I feel blocked. Like, I feel like, oh, I don't feel like writing today. And I always know that when I'm experiencing that, that's because I'm about to push my edge. And that's when I need to do the deeper inner work. Because for me, part of my identity is that I have something of value to say every day, and that there are people out there who want to work with me. So that inspires me to show up every day. I still have to do work, right? Like, I still have to do the inner work every day, but I'll just say it like this. Some days it's like child's play, right? And then some days it takes a little bit more work, but I'm willing to do that because I know myself, and I know the way that I want to show up and play the game.
So if you had to share one nugget that you want people to take away from this conversation regarding messaging, regarding value, what would it be?
People are often waiting to see their circumstances change before they believe that they can have what they want, but they're thinking in reverse. What you actually have to do is believe, and then you see the circumstances change, because your reality is always reflecting you.
Beautifully, beautifully said. Where can people learn more about you?
Oh, my website, powerhouseunleashed.com. Also on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram.
And do you have anything that you'd like to share with everyone? A freebie?
Sure. Yeah, on my website, there's access to a free masterclass I did where I walk you through how my clients are adding 10K to 100K per month with a handful of high ticket clients. And such a great masterclass. So I would absolutely take advantage of that if you can.
You and I always have such enlightening conversations, and I absolutely adore your work and speaking to you. So I will definitely have you back very, very soon to chat with everyone.
Thank you. So much fun. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us on another episode of Simple Client Attraction for Coaches. I hope today's bite-sized strategies have given you practical ideas you can implement right away in your coaching business. If you'd like to watch the video of our interview, then head on over to simpleclientattractionforcoaches.com. It's the name of the podcast.com. Did you find value in today's episode? If so, please share it with other coaches in your network who could benefit from these straightforward, bite-sized strategies. Your shares help us reach more coaches who might be struggling to attract their ideal clients. And don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review us. Until next time, remember, client attraction doesn't have to be complicated. Small, consistent actions can lead to remarkable results. I'll see you in our next episode with more simple strategies to help your coaching business thrive.